In a world where beauty was the ultimate currency, the price of perfection was higher than anyone could imagine. Centuries of war had ravaged the earth, driven by humanity's insatiable hunger for dwindling fossil fuels. Nations collapsed, borders dissolved, and society teetered on the edge of extinction. Desperate to save civilization, a group of scientists engineered a solution to end all the differences that plagued the world, a revolutionary renewable energy source derived from the rare genetically engineered white tiger orchid flower. But people still fought over the differences among them, so in order to eliminate that, the best scientists in the world created the transformation that allowed every teenager to become a flawless pretty at age 16, eliminating conflict by making everyone equal in beauty. They believed that if everyone looked perfect, there would be no differences, and peace would reign. So, till one's 16th birthday, one remained an outcast, kept away from main city, dismissed, and always ignored. Such people who were yet to be transformed are called Uglies, living in Uglyville. The story follows a girl, Tally Youngblood, a 15-year-old Ugly, who eagerly awaits her transformation, scheduled 3 months away. She constantly uses a mirror app to see how she'd look after the procedure. She and her childhood best friend Peris used to call each other Squint and Nose. They would often sneak peek through special glasses in their curfew time to watch pretties' carefree lives in the main city, marveling at their perfection. At this time, Tally had 3 months left to be 16 years old while Peris was going to be 16 the next day. The day before Peris's transformation, they shared a heartfelt goodbye and promised to retain their matching shared scar from their childhood, even after surgery, as a reminder of their friendship. The next morning, everyone goes into a big hall for assembly. Tally overhears some students discussing about smoke. At that moment, through hologram, a lady named Dr. Cable, who was head of the operation, appears and addresses the crowd about how beautiful the life is in the main city and teaches the importance of being pretty and flawless. Then all those who turned 16 at that day were called, including Peris, and Tally says goodbye to Peris while telling him to meet her at the bridge after 1 month. After Peris underwent his transformation surgery, Tally's messages went unanswered. After a month, she used her ring to hack her room's window open and leaves her ring behind as it has a tracker inside. She reaches bridge and waits for Peris, but he doesn't come. Worried and concerned, she disguised herself through a mask that puts a hologram on her and ventured into the main city. Tally was amazed to see the decorations. Her heart raced as she wandered the shimmering streets, searching for her friend. Finally, she found Peris, but the reunion wasn't what she'd expected. At first, she was happy to meet Peris, but when she talked to him, she discovered Peris's unsettling transformation. The once vibrant boy now seemed robotic, forgetful. She barely recognized Tally, and worst of all, their shared scar was gone. Tally's encounter with Peris ended abruptly when city's security system detects her as a stranger. Tally escapes wearing a powerful bungee jacket that prevents her from falling onto the ground. She runs away and hides near a bridge, but drone guards see her when she accidentally kicks a stone into the water. Just when she was about to be caught, a girl named Shay rescues Tally and introduced herself as a fellow Ugly, studying in the same class. Tally thanks her for her help. Tally tells Shay the reason of going to the main city, as she wanted to meet his friend Peris, who has been transformed emotionally too after his surgery. Soon they became good friends. They also share same birth date. The next morning, Shay teaches Tally skating. Shay introduces Tally to her friends and give her a book to read. Reading that book, Tally realizes there's a world outside of the area in which she resides, but Tally wasn't ready to believe it. Shay tells her that there is really a place outside called Smoke, where they can live their lives freely. Intrigued, Tally accompanied Shay to the ruins of the old city after removing their tracking rings. Shay reveals her that she didn't want the transformation surgery, rather planned to flee to the Smoke. That is a hidden community rejecting the forced beauty standards, and it was led by a man named David. Shay shared her desire to escape to the village of the Smoke and asks Tally to accompany her, as the Smoke is a outer world to live, free of all discriminations. But Tally refuses her, as she was still enamored with the idea of becoming pretty, so she stays. Shay tells Tally that she's going to live with David in Smoke, and she will be happy to be a part of it. Also, she gave Tally an address that can guide her to the Smoke if she ever decided to come. Tally didn't want Shay to leave, but she also wanted to be pretty, so she stayed. Finally, the day arrives of Tally transformation. Everyone with scheduled surgeries went inside except Tally. Rather, she was taken to Dr. Cable, the operation's mastermind, who intercepted her. Cable demanded information about Shay's whereabouts in exchange for Tally's transformation, infiltration, but she refuses to tell, so her surgery was postponed. The other day, to her surprise, Peris, who hasn't contacted Tally since his transformation surgery, showed up suddenly and urged Tally to cooperate by telling Dr. Cable about Shay, so Tally and Peris could reunite in the main city after this. Tally reluctantly agreed, revealing Shay's plan to Dr. Cable about fleeing to the smoke. Tally was manipulated by Cable's warnings about David, the smoke's leader. She was told that David was planning to destroy the main city through his secret weapon and intended to harm Shay. That's why he brainwashed her and took her. Tally accepted a mission to infiltrate the smoke community, to being back Shay and to save their world from destruction. Cable gave her a locket to signal when she meets David and find his secret weapon. Guided by Shay's clue card, Tally braved the wilderness and reached the smoke. While lying in a field of white flowers, Tally saw herself caught in a field of fire. David rescued her, removed her tracker. Tracker signals Tally current location. David took Tally and introduced her to his community, where individuals lived freely, untainted by societal expectations. Tally was delighted to meet Shay there, but she kept her mission and involvement with Dr. Cable hidden from everyone. Upon asked by Shay about Tally's locket, she lies. David unfolded the truth about those majestic white flowers that Tally thought were revolutionary, as those flowers were making the land barren and were forcing people to move to the main city and get their procedures done. That's why David and his crew used to burn those flowers. While they were busy burning flowers, Dr. Cable's men attacked. Shay accidentally fell down from the helicopter into the burning field. Tally endangered her life to save Shally's. A soldier of Dr. Cable was about to catch them, but they come back in the helicopter. When everyone saw Tally saving Shay, this made her trustworthy in eyes of David and his people. Now Ever joins Tally in their team and take her to smoke. There, Tally sees a world where people were owners of their will. They just had to work so that they could get food and water. Since Tally was there for many days, so Shay asks her if she wants to go back or stay. Tally remained silent as she was confused. David took Tally to meet his parents. There, she discovered the horrifying truth that Dr. Cable's transformation involved brain lesions, erasing memories and loss of free will, even loss of many lives. David's parents, former scientists, had fled the city upon realizing the operation's sinister nature. Since then they have been preparing the antidote, a cure. But what they lack was a nano-serum from Dr. Cable's lab to complete the formula. This made Tally believe David and she throws her necklace into the fire. To her surprise, the other morning they got attacked and arrested by Dr. Cable's men. The burning locket actually signaled Dr. Cable. Dr. Cable asks for David from his parents, and when his father refuses to tell, she asks Peris to kill him. Seeing this, Tally comes in front of In Charge and screams at her that Cable said she wouldn't hurt anyone. Hearing this, everyone including David branded her a traitor. While all others were arrested and taken to Cable's lab for their surgery against their will, Tally manages to escape along with David. Tally confessed to David her initial intentions and explained that whatever happened unknowingly, and explains her willingness to live in the smoke. She says that she was still with David and will help him save his people. The duo infiltrated the main city, racing against time to save everyone from transformation. They succeeded in freeing everyone, but Shay was already taken for her surgery. When they reached the lab, Shay was transformed and emerged as a stunning, brainwashed pretty who was liking her new self. While Dr. Cable forces Tally, David, and his mother into the transformation chamber, David's crew attacked and they escaped. David's mother stole the nano-serum needed for the antidote. As they escaped, Peris, now aggressively enhanced, confronted them. David and Peris get into a fight. In the ensuing fight, Peris fell off the building. As they got a chance to escape the main city, David's mother explains that she can create the cure now by completing the formula, but needed a willing test subject to experiment on. As unsure of the results, she needed to experiment it on someone with their free will consent, but as pretties are not under their own control, so she can't experiment on them. Tally says that they can experiment it on Shay, but I wasn't ready, as she wasn't under her own free will. Tally volunteered to complete the experiment by being the test subject. Dr. Cable reaches there and captures Tally. As she undergoes her transformation surgery, she becomes a golden-eyed, gorgeous woman with golden hair and radiant eyes reflecting the perfection she had once dreamed of. But to her relief, she still retained her scar, the mark of her past, and more importantly, her free will and true self. As Tally navigated her newfound beauty, she realized the true cost of conformity. Although Tally had become a pretty, but she had not lost herself. Now, with David and the antidote in hand, she vowed to fight against the oppressive regime and restore people's true selves. The price of beauty had been too high, and Tally was determined to bring an end to the world of the pretties. The battle has just begun. Thank you for watching.